to BizChicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. I'm Carolina from BizChicks, and I'm here with my co-host, Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. She's in the house, and we are so excited. Oh, Coach always has so many interesting things to help us get our minds together, get our systems together so that we can do business better. So we're going to get right to it today, Coach. What do you have for us today?
Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about moving a company forward, and we're doing a part 1 and 2. And guys, if you had listened to building and reshaping yourself and then your business, this is not that. It's a carryover. This is like I was prepping you to get you here. In a sense, I'm hopeful that within a few months, I'll come out with a lot of PDFs and forms and guides so that people can take it. If they're not ready yet for coaching, they can just buy it and take it and use it and help themselves. Because if in this economy, you're feeling you can't get into coaching, I don't want to leave you without something. So in a couple of weeks or so, I'll be bringing something that you can start using and then move from there. So today we're talking about moving the company forward after we did 1 and 2. I got a lot of people after I was sharing it around, reach out, saying the information was so good. They enjoyed it and what have you. So we know we're on the right stream. We start off the year great. It is going to be massive. I plan on this year being really good. No matter what's going on, what else is trying to punch down, we're still moving through the way we say we're going to move through. So we're talking about how to move your business forward today. And we're going to do a part 1 and 2. Today, we're going to look at what do I know to do very well? Because sometimes you say I could do this and that, but I wanted to list it out. We're going to look at what must I learn? I know everything already. No, you don't. Go learn something. Or the thing that you're doing, that you're not doing it well, go learn some more about it. And I'll give you a little idea about that in a minute. And how much money do you want to make? I want you to get that number down. I don't care if you reach it right away or not, but I want you to have that number because that is something for you to look forward to. Sometimes when we say, I'm of service, I help people, I'm on to look after people, we forget that we're still running a business and we need to be paid and we need to pay people. And if we don't do that, then eventually we're now looking for a job. We're looking for different things because we haven't done the thing we know we're supposed to do.
So true. So true.
We need to do that. We need to not push that aside, okay? So that's why we need to know that. So we're going to go right in. 1, what do I know to do very well? And don't kid yourself. I'm going to write a list. The things I know to do, the things I do very well, the things I can do with my eyes closed, the things I'm fumbling over. Make a list. Make a list, guys. I don't know what happened to my voice this morning, but make a list. And get that list down. Now, once you write it out, give yourself a time, 48, 72, maybe a whole week, but check in every so often to make sure that is the thing that you know very, very well. And then I want you to do it. And then when I find a few people and test it out on them that you know to do it, ask if you can teach them it. Ask if you can send them some information and do they understand it clearly? Do they know what you do? Like these are going to help you to understand if other people is actually knowing what you say you know, or you just think you know it very well, because there's nothing like teaching it. You know, since kindergarten, since high school or primary school, I had a few teachers who were always like that. You learn something, they say, oh, Caren, teach, Joe or teach Derek this thing because he's not getting it. And maybe he'll understand it better from you. And I remember one time I was fussing about it because I had other things on my head. And this teacher that really had liked me, she goes, Caren, if you do it, then you're going to really know that you know what you're doing.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So I was feeling great about myself. And so I started teaching it to Derek. And he started asking certain questions. And I realized I knew some of it, but I didn't know it as well as I thought I did. So we both went back to the teacher and she was explaining why it's important. She said, because when you learn it very well, now you can help somebody else. because life is like that. This is just your starting ground. When you learn how to kick a brick, whether you understand or not, you pick it up and you show your friend, hey, look how far I can throw the brick. But really and truly, you're teaching them how the swing happens. But you're not there intelligent, wise, because you're young, so you don't realize you're teaching how to throw a brick, and you just go on about your mighty way. But I always say, when you get great teachers, they could explain a lot of things that you just, it's nothing. But they see beyond just the child in the classroom. She's one of those teachers who, say, Caren, you're bright and I want to stretch you. So I'm going to give you more stuff to do. I'm going to help you better yourself. She never said that until high school, but that was her training that I was getting and not even realizing that's what I was getting. So,
wow.
All of that to say, go ahead.
When we do things well, part of being an expert is that it makes it look easy, because it comes easy to that person because they've either trained to do it, they love to do it, they've been practicing.
Yes.
And so now it comes easy to them.
Yes. And if it comes easy to you, it's great. So I was telling a girl this, that running a cleaning company, I said, but you have never been a manager. That's why it's hard for you to manage the people. So you haven't allowed yourself yet. I said, the only thing you got to do is practice being a manager. And right now, you might want to be an assistant manager to somebody who has managed. That doesn't mean you have to go work for somebody. I'm like, you can read the book about management. You can ask somebody to train them. So you're learning how to manage people. Or you can ask a friend to sit in and watch. You can do volunteer learning how to be a manager, because managing people is not just telling them what to do or training them. Managing people is understanding the human being and not just giving orders. And then you become this person that people want to come to for information, to be managed, whether they're not going to tell you that, but that's what they're coming for, because you have presented yourself. So when you own a company, I said to her, when you own a company, you're going to learn everything eventually. Don't try all at once. But when you are learning to clean, even if you could clean, when you're learning to clean professionally, you need to have a notebook jotting down how you do it, why you do it, how you're feeling when you did it. What do you want to inspire somebody else to do? What do you want the homeowner to know when you leave without speaking, just by sight? How do you want this company to develop? Are you worried about how people are looking at you? And are you going to become the person who will look down also on people? Like, those are important things for you now and then as a manager, because you'll treat your employees better. You'll be able to stand up for them with a client, and the client would even get that way because of how you would speak about your employees and to the client. And you will become a better manager. All the companies that you're admiring got a lot of work to do. They're not finished. That's why they're still doing it. They got a lot of work to do. But they're doing it. So your job is to do it and improve one thing at a time. And so when I say, look, you need to know. So if your genius is hiring, then you make a roadmap for that, get it tested, and then move on to the other thing. Like, eventually, even if you're going to hire somebody, you want to know. We're talking about small business owners here. We're not talking about big established people who have, a sales rep, a marketing rep. We're talking about you. And since we're talking to you, I want you to know how to do it well and really understand if I can do this. Because eventually you get to drop the things that you don't want to do, anymore. Maybe you just want to do it for you. Like, it become back your hobby. It become the thing you love. Like, I love cleaning. And for me, it's such inspirational thing for me. So I enjoy cleaning. That doesn't mean I wouldn't hire cleaners to come in, or we never had cleaners here, or people don't come and go. But it's my thing that I like to do. So I am good at it and I enjoy it. I don't ask anybody else to do it, but it's my thing and I enjoy it. And when I don't want to do it, I do not do it. But it's my thing. All right. It's a natural thing for me. Why are people fussing about it? Because it's going to help move your company forward. That's what you need to have at the forefront. You need to have that at the forefront. This is going to help my company move forward. because these are the things my company need, not what Jay, not what Caren, not what Terry's company need, what my company need. People really need to stop worrying about other people's company. Doesn't mean you don't have to check in and see what's happening around you, but be delusional that you got the best company and you're going to run it great. So do the things to run it great. I'm a very delusional person. My daughter spent her time pulling me back in. That's her thing. I don't care. I like my bubble. It keeps me in the straight and narrow. I like my bubble. All right. So what must I learn? Because once you investigate that now, you start understanding what you must learn. Not everything, enough for moving your company forward. This is the thing. Enough to move your company forward. What must I learn? Don't be sad about learning something new or improving what you have already because of shame, pride, ego. Please take it away. Give them names, put them on a rock, put them on a paper, turn them into a ball, keep them on your desk. And if you feel they're popping up, I want you to open up ego, write something up about ego. Do that if you must. Or just write the word ego on it and then take it physically and move it out of the way. You see, it's important for you to move it mentally, but physically. If you figure out that ego plays a big part, and it takes time, but work on it. And if you figure out ego plays a big part, I want you to write about him, her, whatever. And I want you to keep it around initially so that you can physically move it away.
Okay, now let's talk about that real quick. So ego is getting in the way of what? Us learning or
of you learning because if you feel that you know something already, think about a kid. If you've taught them something, my kids do it, used to do it all the time. Mom, I know that already. Why are you telling me? I don't want to redo it. We do the same nonsense in our head. I know this already. I don't want to do it. Ego is taking over. Or pride. Pride is another one. If you think you did something well and somebody correct you or asks you to redo it or found something out and you think you do it well, you might say, and I've done this, but I did it well. Like, what is she complaining about? And then I look inside and I look closer and like, oh. But some people can't get there quickly, you know? And I do alterations. I remember doing a zip and the lady brought it back and she said she noticed a part was skipping. I didn't tell her, but in my head I was like, no. But then I said, you know what? Let me take a look. Because you just never know. We're humans, right? So I opened the zipper and I showed her. I said, oh my God, I caught it. You're so right. I apologize. Can you come back tomorrow or later this evening? She's like, yeah, Caren. I realized you just missed it. But, you know, I don't want to be grumbling later. I'd rather come and show you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we connect. And this is the beauty when you connect with your clients and the people you're serving. They feel good of asking you, but if you give them a bad treatment service, now you don't know why. They're not coming back. They're not sending you anybody. They're not recommending you, and they're talking about you, maybe not to nobody, but in their heads. And that thing grows, and eventually they're going to tell somebody. They're going to tell somebody. So don't let your pride, don't let your ego, don't let it take root. It's going to come. So that's why. Even though you could do it in your head and be okay, I want you to, especially if you got bigger than big ones, I want you to make her up, get her going, put her in a paper, put her on a rock, write about her so you can move her away. I was listening to a content creator and she was talking about that the other day. She says, my ego wanted me to create something and it's only my ego. And I had to tell it that I want to do this other thing because it makes financial sense in my business. The ego thing makes no sense, but it's going to make me feel good. The financial thing is not going to make me feel good. It's going to be a lot of behind the scene work that nobody's going to see, but it's going to pay off. Maybe not this month, but I guarantee in a year, it's going to be good. Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to test it. I'm going to tweak it. I'm going to put it out in the world and it's going to do good. And she said the ego was fighting her like nobody's business because in all honesty, it looks good. It makes sense. But she knew deep down inside, And so, I was writing in a comment about stuff, and you're like, yeah, like this is what happens. So you need to move it. So when I'm feeling prideful, when I'm feeling, because I used to be fighting that feeling as well, I
Mm-hmm.
know that I need to move something out of the way. And then I need to fill that void that I move with something else. So for me, if I stay at a desk, I probably can get into procrastination and a lot of things. So once I move my ego or pride, whatever needed to be moved at a time, I might go to the washroom and wash my face. I might pick up a crochet needle. I might go get a glass of water. I might walk up and down my stairs. I
Mm-hmm.
might do something that moves me away from feeling pity for myself now that my ego is gone, because I moved out of the way and I wanted to hold it so much that I'm pitying myself. So I go down the procrastination route. And guys, the reason
Ah,
I tell you these things about myself is because not only do I experience it, I write it in my notebook. I note it to myself. So it's a place I could go back to. I'm able to help my clients when they're in these positions because I go through the processes. There is no magic. There's no secret. Most of us go through these things and don't know how to name them, talk about them, and get through them.
yes, I don't think we really stop to analyze what's going on up here
Mhm,
that's affecting our business.
mhm.
And that's what I love about these conversations that we have with you, Coach. 'Cause she said, you know what? Maybe we got a little ego issue going here.
Yeah. Move it out of
Um,
the way. Move it out of the way. Nothing's going to happen, And when you're new to this, the first thing you do is take a couple of deep breaths, get
mhm.
yourself a glass of water. That's important. Take a little sip. Don't drink the water. Sip it. Just little sips. Just wet the palate slowly. You're calming yourself down. You're getting yourself to where you want to be, and then clarity start happening, you know, and then
Mhm.
more clarity. And you mightn't have nothing to say. Don't say anything. But if a word come, write it down. Talk about it. Find out from yourself what's going on. Why did that come up? This is good. It's not a bad thing. It
Uh-huh.
is good. You're clarifying. No matter what word come up, or phrases, or a whole paragraph even. Allow it. Allow it. You're going to learn a lot of things within that. Okay? So let that happen.
Wow.
Let that happen. Think about it, guys. Let that happen. All right. Number three. Number three. How much money do I want to make?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be embarrassed. Don't feel ashamed. Don't worry about nobody. Put it down. If it frightens you, good. If it doesn't, raise it and let it scare the heck out of you. Panic that you might not ever be able to get there. Get frustrated because you don't know the steps. It is okay. Hold on.
Okay. All right. So we're talking now about how much money do we want to make? If
My
you don't have a
phone wouldn't,
target,
sorry, my phone wouldn't seem to stop buzzing. So I just had to go put it in the
it's
next
okay.
space.
I was just saying, if you don't have a target, you can't hit it.
Can't hit it. Can't hit it. You
Mm,
can't hit it. And it feels like it's untouchable, but I want you to write it down. I remember the first time I ever write down a number was $20. Guys,
mhm,
I was a child, yeah, but it was $20 I wanted to make. And I've had $20, I've had $50, but I didn't create anything to earn $20. So this was my first goal. I had no goal initially. And then I had a
mhm.
$20 goal. And then I had a $75 goal. The minute I hit those two goals, I had a $200 goal. And I hit that out of the water quite faster than the $20 goal because I built in system. I understood my energy levels. I understand what I had to do. And looking back, it was a lot, but I wasn't worrying about a lot. You see, if you sit down and think about all you got to do, you don't do anything. But if
Mhm.
you're able to say, I'm only doing, as I talked 2 weeks ago and probably last week, about doing the one thing, all I had to do is understand that if I get up at a certain time in the morning, I could accomplish so much. But if I didn't get up that hour in the morning, as hard as it is, I couldn't accomplish so much. I needed to get up at 5 in the morning. There's no question. There's no ifs or buts. There's
Mhm.
no if it's Sunday or Monday. I get up at 5 in the morning every single day, at the age of 9, so if you're a grown person, you can. If I get up at 5 every single morning, I will be able to accomplish all the things that I have to do in that day, in school, including 5 hours of walk and school for about 7.5 hours. I understood after I understood it, because it takes time. Once I understood that's what happening, that's what was happening. So whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, you have to understand what you need to get you there. So again, if the number scares you, good. If it doesn't, make it scare the heck out of you. And then ask yourself which number I could obtain within 7 days or 30 days. Give yourself a time. And then your job is to everything else that you're doing, a portion of it is to reach that first number. Because that's all you want, is to reach in the first number. You reach that first number. If all you wanted to make was $50 and people said, well, you hear somebody said $50 is nothing. To them, it's nothing. To you, that's what you want to reach. Do not listen to the crowd. So you want to hit $50. You want to hit $100. That's the number. Now you get a chance to sit down and analyze what's going to bring you the money.
Okay.
What is going to bring you the money? For me, I knew immediately what's going to bring me the $20. If I'm making an orange that is 5 cents, I'm selling the oranges for, when I, separate them, one orange, I get 5 orange in a parcel for 25 cents. And each orange is giving me 60 cents. I am so profitable. I just have to peel it and that's it. And I asked myself, when I'm going to buy, what could I do on my way to the market? Like, what could I do on my way to the market? I can't write anything. I can't do anything physically, but I could talk to myself in my head going to the market. I could speak to myself. I'm an advocate of speaking to yourself.
Okay.
Positively, consistently. I ask myself, why am I going to the market? If I meet a friend, would I stop and talk to her? Is that going to distract me from coming back on time? These silly little games I would play with myself. So then this is going to happen because it's going to present itself. But you see, this is the proactive part. So a friend called out to me. She's like, Caren, where are you going? You want company? And I said, no, thank you. I want the company. Let's clarify. I'm a child. I want the company. But I have had company and it distracted me. I end up buying less fruit than I went for. I didn't bargain out right with the person selling, and she distracted me. So no, thank you.
Because it breaks your focus.
Because now I'm talking to her about what happened to her mom, what did her sibling did to her, the teacher at school, and it's nice. Don't get me wrong. I miss it, but I don't miss not making my $20. So, so I'm missing making my $20. So I get to the market and I come back and she goes, we could have gone together. And we did after. I said, if you want to walk with me, when we're going, we cannot talk. When we're coming back, we could talk because I am talking to myself about something. And she says, but I am right here. I was a ridiculous child looking back. You understand? I now know that I was ridiculous, but she was my friend. She liked me. I liked her. And she would say, eventually, what are you thinking about? And I told her, she goes, I am going to try it. And she said it worked because she had, it's 11 of them. She had 10 siblings. And she says, I am able to not hear them anymore. I'm like, yes, this is when people are gone. Like, people are gone. When I'm in my zone, people are gone. Hi, Doc. When I'm on my own, people are gone, no matter if you're around me. And we start going to the market together. She loved going with me because we'd be in our personal thoughts. And then when we finish shopping and we're coming back, then we're chattering. Because now I've calculated what I needed to buy, what profit I'm going to make, timeline of getting things set up. And guys, this is a little tiny business, but this is the same kind of principle I've taken throughout different businesses and have developed myself. That's why I never needed a loan, any capital and that sort of thing, because I figured out those little tiny things that don't make any sense to people that I need to do for myself. And if you pay attention to it and you spend the time, you will notice that you'll develop your own system. You don't have to do mine, but you learn how to be with you. Part of loneliness is important. People are afraid of it, but loneliness, being alone feeling a little bit lonely is good because you can use it to do good things for yourself. Not a crazy, sad way, you're really sad, but just some time to just figure out where you're going, where you want to be. So if you want to make $1 million, you have to decide, do I want to make it in a year or in 3 years? Write that down. Write what you need to make per year. How are you going to feel? How are you going to spend it? Who are you going to help? Where are you going to give it to? Is it to pay down some debt first? It is to pay off your house. Is it to buy a new car eventually? And then when you buy the car, are you keeping the car for the next 3 years? Or are you going to keep the car till it's finished? And would you save while you have that car towards your next car and the maintenance for the car? I know I'm sounding like I'm telling you a lot of things to do, but when you get to the point where you start understanding your money and the ones you want to come to you, what you're doing, you can plan for these other things. And you're not stuck on, I can't believe I didn't make $1 million yet, because it's happening in the background anyhow. And you're doing the work to see the $1 million. Yeah, it was for my $20. The minute I hit $75, I was like, this is a joke now. I'm good. I could make $200, and I made it in less than 2 weeks because I know the goods I need to buy. I know the next item I need to add on. This is the other thing. I never add everything at once. I'm selling 2 items and then I add a third. I see how it goes. I was up to 5 items, then I take away 2 items because they weren't doing as good anymore. You got to be brutal with yourself. This is not working. People are not buying it as much. I'm going to bring it on once a week. Take it away, bring it back. Once a week, people are excited to get it because it's not there 7 days a week anymore. And now they know they only get it on a Saturday morning. And at 12 o'clock, whatever is sold out is done. I'm not making any more. So you lose your money for next Saturday morning because everybody know by 12, I'm sold out. My grandma's like, what are you doing to the people?
You're creating urgency.
Yeah. And people have been doing this, just that they didn't put a name. At least I didn't know a name to put to it because I was a kid. But this is how you learn and develop. The number should scare you. Let it. And then figure out the timeline for the number. And you're going to get the bumps in the road. This is on purpose. Those bumps in the road that people are afraid of is on purpose. It is there to help you, sustain you, build confidence in you, give you some failure so you can learn how to bounce back, to be in a situation where people could say the worst thing about you and you stand right there and you don't flinch. You're just right there because you went through the bumps. You went in the valley several times. You're back up again. Their words is a joke to the valley you just came up from. Because once you come out of a valley and you're now on top of the road, it has to poke you to see if the lesson you had in the valley made sense, work, and you're doing something about it. That's not the time to go sleep, not wake up 5 o'clock. Say, I can wake up at 7 now. I don't care. I know what to do. No. You're still up at 5. You're still getting a bath by 5:30. Your sister's in the stroller by 6 o'clock, and you're out on the road. You're not moving from that. You make $200, you're not moving. You get to 300, you're not moving. The number doesn't change the processes because now you add new items.
That right there is a clip. The number doesn't change the process. Oh my goodness. Go ahead.
Now we're done.
The number does not change the process. Go ahead.
So guys, today we covered, I'm just going to sum it up today. We talk about moving your business forward, and this was part 1. And we talk about what do you know to do very well? Like, no matter what it is, don't worry about the world and what's going on. What do you know to do very, very well? And I want to make a list about it. We talked about that, right? And then number 2 is, what must I learn? If ego is showing up, you're being prideful, and you think you know it all, I want you to put them in a lump and move them aside physically when they're in your face, especially when they're feeling so nice and cuddly. You got to put them apart, like move them out of the way, because they don't always come rough and ready. They really come and show up like it's a must, like it's important. But if you breathe and have sips of water, don't drink the water, sip the water. Give your brain time and you to just settle in. Is this really a rush? Would it change if I get up right now or I go move that bucket? I turn on the pipe? Do I have to go cook at this very moment? Whatever is distracting you, whatever makes you feel good, because cooking could distract you as well, because I like to cook. So I'm going to just speak for myself there.
Uh-huh.
My husband would come in and say, I feel like eating this, and everything in me want to go cook that thing because you're going to feel nice and everybody's going to feel full. And I've done it. But once I recognize it's that dip that I went down and now up top, and I am going back in another dip because I didn't pay attention to the lesson in the first dip, I said, I am going to cook you that food. It's just not today because I'm doing something very important. Could you wait until tomorrow? And if he's upset that day and don't want to wait, I said, okay. I asked myself, could I live with him being upset? And my answer is usually yes, because what I'm doing right now is very important. So we're going to have to talk out that vexation. Bam, move from here. Because I just came to test me, to see. Be very, so it could be anything. Because my ego gets stroked because he's happy. I feel prideful because my presentation was great. But did it take away from moving my company forward, even if it's that 0.5% that was necessary at that moment? Because he also knew that was work in hours. It wasn't after hours. It was my working hours.
Wow.
Did I not decide what my working hours are? Why am I interrupting my working hours? All right.
There you go.
And don't forget, how much money do you want to make and the timeline? And then set up the back end and figuring out how that happens. And then next week, we'll talk part 2.
Okay. Wow. Coach, you just have a way of helping us focus on how to bring those profits in daily. And I want people to know how to connect with you. Now, can they go to your Facebook page, or is there a link that you want to drop in the chat so that I can share it with our audience?
Oh, I didn't even bring this topic. This topic is just so near and dear to my heart. I get all excited about it, Terry.
I hear you.
I'm just going to put up my YouTube channel. So,
okay.
Just going to put up my YouTube channel, and they can go there. And
so if you stick that in the chat, we will share that with them. Because I was looking at your Facebook page, and your Facebook page says coming soon, Multi-Passionate Academy. Oh my gosh, what a great name.
Thank you.
I really like that. I said, that's outstanding. Okay, guys, so I am going to be putting the link to Coach Caren's channel in the chat so that you can go over and follow her. Hello. So that you can go over and follow her. There it is on the screen. Those of you who are watching on the replay. And then over here in the comments, for those of you watching live, there's her YouTube channel. And this woman is multifaceted. You want to make sure that you connect with Coach Caren. I mean, she's run a number of different businesses, so her background is extensive. Childcare centers, cleaning businesses, tailoring. She's been a procurer of goods internationally. So, guys, don't sleep on this. And she is now in the coaching business as well. So if you need help with getting where you need to get in your business, give Coach a call. All right. With that, we want to remind everybody that it's good to make money in your business.
Yes.
So, don't be afraid to go to the front of your own line. Coach, did we tell you we love you this morning?
Thank you, Terry.
Well, you can find Coach here every week on Profits in Daily on our BizChicks channel. And we look forward to part 2 of this session that we've been talking about today.
Yes.
And hey, you know what? We're talking about how to move your business forward.
Yes.
So in addition to that, we want to remind you that if you're looking to become a part of BizChicks, because we'd love to share with our community what it is and how you serve, you can join BizChicks by texting biz to 33777 or going to bizchicks.net. There you can find our workshops, our information on how we help you. Right now, our focus is on helping you to understand and use AI to do business better, and we're running a number of workshops. So we look forward to hearing from you and connecting with you. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye, Coach. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.